Good morning. I'm back with you again today to show you another book, a really fun book that I like to read called Seamore, the Very Forgetful Porpoise. Now let's think about what it means to forget for a minute. Maybe you forget to put your shoes on and mom or dad tell you to get in the car to go to school, and you have to go to school and you don't have your shoes on. Well, do you go, Mom, I need my shoes? Or to your brother or sister, grab my shoes. When you are forgetful, you have to think about what you can do to help yourself. Well, I know where my shoes are. I can go get them myself. So, Seamore is very forgetful, and we're going to read the story today to find out how forgetful he is and what he forgets. He's so cute. And the author is Darcy Edgemon, and the illustrator is Jodo Seibel. Yep. Once upon a time, there was a very forgetful porpoise named Seamore. Seamore lived deep in the deep blue sea. Like most porpoises, Seamore was kind and playful. In fact, he was probably the sweetest porpoise you could ever hope to meet. But unlike most porpoises, Seamore was very, very forgetful. He forgot everything. Yep, he forgot everything. He forgot to listen in class. He forgot who his friends were. Hi, I'm Seamore. I know. He forgot plans they'd made together. He forgot about the birthday party. Hey, you guys, what you doing? You said you'd be here an hour ago. And sometimes Seamore forgot even how to play his favorite games. He forgot to play his favorite games. He forgot the directions. He forgot the rules. Thwack, ping, pap, boink. Yep, they're playing with the beach ball, bouncing it off their heads, taking turns. And Seamore, I think he forgot whose turn it was. Forgot how to play, silly boy. This is what it looked like when Seamore tried to remember something and he used sticky notes. He used sticky notes to help him remember all that he needed to do. Seamore tried every kind of trick he could think of to fix his memory. He wrote himself notes, but then forgot where he put them. He tied string around his fins to remind himself of things, but he could never remember which string meant what. He couldn't remember. No matter how he tried, things only got worse. He's trying, and things got worse. Seamore decided he needed more than tricks and gimmicks to solve his problem. If his memory wouldn't come back to him, he was just going to have to go out and find it. So he swam off alone to do just that. So he's going to find his memory. Well, your memory is in where? Your brain. Can you swim off to go find your brain? Or is the brain already inside of Seamore's head? Silly, silly, silly. Beyond the reef, Past the old sunken ship, through the kelp forest, Seamore swam. Still, his memory was nowhere to be found. Finally, when he was far, far from home, Seamore saw another porpoise. Maybe he's seen my memory, Seamore thought. "Hello there," he said happily. Seamore swam in closer. Then he realized he was talking to his own reflection. It wasn't another. A reflection is something you see when you look in the mirror. It reflects your image back to you, just like Seamore did when he looked in the mirror. Seamore studied himself. He looked just like any other porpoise as far as he could remember. But then he noticed something peculiar. That word peculiar, you know what that means? It means different, unique, interesting, not like everything else. Aha! Nah, no wonder I'm forgetful, he said. My memory might be slipping right through that hole in my head. Well, what's that hole in his head used for? Well, he's a porpoise. He's a dolphin, so he uses it as a blowhole because porpoise is a sea mammal. So he has to breathe air. He breathes air through the blowhole on top of his head. His memory didn't go out his blowhole. Seamore couldn't wait to get home and share his news. But when he did, the other porpoises only laughed. "Seamore," they said, "we all have holes on top of our heads. Don't tell us you forgot." Seamore smiled sheepishly and slipped back into the blue water. Moving sadly along and forgetting to watch where he was going, Seamore swam smack into a creature he'd never met before. It looked a little like a porpoise, only much, much bigger. It was black and white and had an enormous smile with lots of big, sharp teeth. Can you make a prediction? Do you know what he swam into? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a toothed whale. He swam into an orca. And porpoises and dolphins are called toothed whales. They're just much, much smaller. "Hello, my name is Seamore," Seamore said shyly. "Hello, Seamore," answered the giant porpoise. Seamore smiled. "What's your name?" he asked. "I'll tell you," said the creature, "but first you'll have to count to 7. Seamore didn't know if he could count. To 7? Seamore didn't know if he could remember even how to count that high. But he tried anyway. 1. This was already hard. After 1 is 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. "Kevin!" exclaimed the giant porpoise. "What are you doing out here on your own?" Kevin asked. I can't remember," said Seamore, and he really couldn't. Nope, he couldn't remember. So he said, "Kevin." That's all right. I forget things sometimes too." "You do?" asked Seamore, very excited to meet a like-minded mammal. "Of course I do. Everyone forgets things from time to time." "Not me," confessed Seamore. "I forget all the time." "I bet you could remember some of your favorite things to do," said Kevin. Sure, answered Seamore. That's easy. Come on, I'll show you. And together they began to play. They blew great big bubbles and watched them go pop when they reached the surface. Yep, and where are they making their bubbles out of their blowhole? That's so funny. They dove down deep and swam along the ocean floor to feel the sand tickle their bellies. Soon the sun was low in the sky and it was time to go. But before he swam home, Seamore invited Kevin over for dinner and gave him directions to his house. You go straight through the kelp forest, take a left at the sunken ship, and I live just past the coral reef. See, it's animals acting like people. Instead of giving road names, they gave things in the ocean that they could use as markers to know where to go. Animals acting like people. Seamore rushed to tell the others all about his new friend. He tried his hardest to remember everything about Kevin. And to his amazement, he did. He's how big? One porpoise asked. And he's what color? Said another. And he has how many teeth? A third chimed in. Oh, he's not a giant porpoise. He's a killer whale, said the fourth. Dinner at 8, asked the last. Yeah, we'll be 8 for dinner. The porpoises laughed again, but this time nervously. Yep. 8 like the number, and 8 like what you do when you eat food. Just then a large shadow spread over the seafloor. Everyone scattered and hid in the reef. Everyone except Seamore. Look at that big shadow. Am I early? Where is everybody? Kevin asked. Oh, they're hiding, Seamore confessed. Oh, hide and seek? My favorite, exclaimed Kevin. Were they hiding to play hide and seek, or were they hiding because they were afraid of Kevin? And with that, Kevin began to find the petrified porpoises one by one. But he didn't try to scare or eat or even bite them. Gotcha, he laughed. When the others saw that Kevin was friendly, they joined in on the game. It was always easy to find Kevin because he was as big as a whale. That's because an orca is a toothed whale. Later that night, everyone sat down to dinner, and Kevin ate only what was on his plate. He didn't eat any of the porpoises. Seamore's recollection of their day, along with Kevin's impressive coin collection, made the other porpoises forget that they had ever been afraid at all. They laughed and told stories, and the 7 of them ate until 9. Look at them all at the table with Kevin, all eating together. Yep. Dinner time with Kevin. As for Seamore, he remained as forgetful as ever. Well, almost. But now he had Kevin to remind him of the important things. The end. It's so fun. Yep. So that's the end of our story. Look at my t-shirt today. See, it's got a porpoise on it, and it says, just add water. Just add water. And I got this t-shirt at the Florida Aquarium. that hopefully some of you will be able to go and visit maybe this summer when you're not working on your schoolwork. Have a great day. One thing about porpoises that are really fun, or dolphins, I know that you're going to be doing some independent studies. There is a river dolphin, and he is got a pink tinge to him, and it's really, really cool to study the river dolphins. So maybe that's something you're interested in learning about when you do your self-studies as the month of May approaches. Anyway, I've got many more books that I'm going to bring and read to you and put on my YouTube. Have a great day, work hard in school, and be nice to your family. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.